What's up, family? Omar Cook here, back with another edition of Culture Minute. I'm your host. We got a whole lineup of black news and black culture from around the world. Some crazy stuff has happened. Go ahead and introduce yourselves, Gentel, Sharrie.
Hey, what's up? I'm Gentel Sharrie,
I'm Adonis Armstrong.
and we got some topics for you guys today. One is coming straight out of Los Angeles. A Los Angeles deputy is being investigated after throwing a black woman to the ground at a Winco grocery store. So basically, what happened, the people in the grocery store thought the black man, black woman was stealing a birthday cake, which they were not. It has been proven. And the police came and they were involved. They started handcuffing the black man, which is the woman's husband. She decided to videotape, as she should, because things are crazy, especially when it comes to us being involved with police. So she decided to record. The police officer did not like that. He manhandled her and literally threw her to the ground.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. Watching the video is very sickening. With even before getting all the information, just watching the video itself is shocking. To see this woman who's really not even technically involved in the scene that's going on. Her elderly husband is getting detained by an officer accused of obviously stealing the cake, and the woman is holding her phone recording, and then the next thing you know, the officer walks over to the woman and starts giving her commands and whatnot to I guess stop recording and whatnot, and the altercation ensues. Next thing you know, the officer slams the woman on the ground, and it turns into a very physical altercation, and it's very sad to see to see the community relations between officers and our elders in our community. What I'm saying? To see a black elderly woman, I wouldn't even call her elderly, but she's an older woman, to go through that type of situation. That's traumatizing. That's traumatizing for anybody to watch. That's traumatizing for anybody to experience, for sure. And that's not the way to build trust within the community. And that's very unfortunate. And I hope they do get their justice.
Look, I know they say they allegedly stole a cake. I know that's what they say in the reports. But one of the council the contract, they're a nonprofit group that helps in these type situations. They were saying they don't even know if they did it. My thing is, she can't pull her phone out and just record. Just want to make sure her husband is safe. It's nothing wrong with pulling a camera out and recording. That is no threat to the sheriff department. It's no threat. It's no gun. It's nothing. It's just a recording to make sure that everything goes how it goes. And then just to throw her on the ground, she could have broke a neck or broke anything. It could have been my mom, grandma, cousin, anybody. I don't want that to happen to no woman. She, like O said, she's not elderly, but she's older. Anything could happen. Then it's reports that she has cancer. Can't be doing things like that.
Yeah, that's
Right.
crazy. She does have cancer. That's not something the officer would have known, but at the same time, it's like it gets to that type of situation. You don't even know these people to be manhandling them like that. There's more peaceful ways to go about it. A lady wasn't belligerent. She wasn't doing anything crazy. She was just sitting there filming her spouse go through this situation. The group canceled the contract. They are demanding the termination of the officers, and they organized a rally behind it as well. So I expect to see more coming from the story in the near future.
Yeah, and they should be terminated because it's no telling what other situations they could be involved in that could end up being worse. So this is the first sign, and this is, if they do stay, I do feel like this is what's wrong with our justice system, with our policing and stuff like that, because we have incidents like this, and then they have another one, and then it turns into a more deadly outcome. So they need to catch it. The first red flag. That's just my opinion.
And they wonder why, black and brown kids are afraid of the cops or any type of law enforcement. Like I'm not even doing nothing, but you want to question me.
Right.
Yeah, there definitely needs to be some type of reform as to how the officers and how they deal with people in these type of situations, man. There has to be some type of way to diffuse things better than escalating the situation to 10. Not everybody's a criminal. Not everybody's out here doing wrong. And sometimes you can actually talk to people and handle situations accordingly. And unfortunately, in this situation, the way it was handled resulted in physical assault. And obviously, there's a lot of people that's upset about it. And hopefully, this woman gets the help that she needs so that she can bounce back mentally, because I know that's a lot to go through.
Yeah. Hopefully, she does.
Yes. So next on our hot topic is the affirmative action. As you know, they voted to not have that in place anymore at Harvard and UNC, which sucks because race doesn't play a factor in letting our own people into these prestigious schools. So I guess we have to see what happens next. Joe Biden and his team said they'll continue to fight, for our rights and stuff. But how do you guys feel on this subject?
I feel it's even bigger than just college. It's life. That I remember when I was a little kid growing up, I had to try to fit into certain boxes to get a broader audience. I'm not saying like I'm not for my people, but you have to act certain ways in front of different people. And as a kid growing up and you seeing that as you grow up, it's like, dang, why I can't just be me?
Mm-hmm.
A good person. It's a good person in every ethnicity. Everyone is not bad as a Black person. It's some smart scholarship worthy people that can go to Harvard and thrive, but you're rejecting them to go in because of a skin complexion. That shouldn't be a requirement. HBCUs don't turn away other ethnicities.
Right.
Absolutely. And I mean, this decision right here is going to be a major decision that affects not only these universities here, but this can be a domino effect across America if certain PWIs adopt this concept here. And this is why HBCUs, as you said, are very important for students of color to be able to have a place so they can commune together and be able to learn education. Affirmative action was put into place to give opportunities across the board to people of minorities, so that we could have more diverse student bases and obviously more opportunities. And for them to take this step, it kind of resembles the Planned Parenthood abortion.
Roe vs. Wade, yeah.
I mean, it's like they're rolling back history, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to go back to older ideologies, and we're regressing with that. I feel like at a certain point there has to be better leadership and younger leadership, people that understand what the generation today needs, what today's needs are. You know what I'm saying? We have people that are in positions of power that are out of touch, you know what I'm saying, with what's really going on. I'm not saying anything against the older generation, but why are most of our leaders 60, 70, 80 years old, you know what I'm saying, trying to police what 20, 30, 40-year-old people are doing? It's not the same anymore.
Yeah.
And we have situations like this where you're potentially causing people to miss out on higher education from those type of universities.
They are, but that's why we have to pour into our HBCUs. Like, that's so important, because we can do the same thing that they're doing at their universities. And if they're not going to accept us because of the color of our skin and the other factors that go into it, we just need to go where what was created for us. And it can be just as prestigious. We have Spelman, we have Howard, we have Jackson State, St. Augustine's University, Morgan State, you have Bowie State. List goes on, Fisk, Tuskegee. Like, we got so many HBCUs that can do the same as Harvard and UNC. So many HBCUs are just in the North Carolina area. Winston-Salem, Fayetteville, like, you have so many. So we can still do our thing. This affirmative action ain't about to stop us.
My thing is, it's not going to stop anyway, because you have to think about it. They want the athletes. They want the athletes. So if you're gonna do it to everybody. If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna be bold, do it to everybody. So they want our athletes to be in those institutions, but you don't want students of higher education to pursue a higher education at your institution. You know, some people want to go to a Harvard, want to go to. I understand that, of my skin complexion. You taking a chance away from them, a dream. Because some people, it's a dream I want to go to Harvard.
Because you're right. It is a dream. I do agree with that, and I think that's very wrong. That's very wrong.
Yes, it's incredibly important for especially Black athletes too to recognize their worth, and Black students in general, you know, to recognize the power that they hold right now in today's generation. You know, they have the power to influence a new wave, you know, of having our best students and best athletes go to our universities and being able to give back to those universities in the future. That's going to help us build the community as well. Being able to educate our own, being able to entertain our own with our own sports, you know, and build our own, you know. What Dion was doing at Jackson State was major, and it gave us a huge spotlight to HBCU athletes, and it was causing a huge wave of more talented athletes to come back to those universities. And you can see the publicity that garnered. When we get our top talent going to those universities, then we will be back on the rise, you know, to stardom, because we need those athletes. We need those students. You know, if we have the best doctors, if we have the best scientists, if we have the best, all of those types of jobs, then that's when these universities will upgrade for sure. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. So speaking of upgrades, Beyoncé and Kelly Rowland, they're doing something good for their community. They are building housing in the mid-Houston area, 31 to be exact. So they're doing some great things. I'm glad they're going back to their roots.
I mean, I love my bad.
Nah, Beyoncé and Kelly Rowland are definitely teaming up for they're calling this the Nose Rolling Project. It's gonna feature 31 new projects, you know, there. It's going to give home to a lot of homeless people there. That's a big thing to do in Houston for them. So shout out to entertainers that are using their platform for the highest good, you know. And this is something that I said we should see across the board. People of influence and of better wealth, you know, being able to put their money together and give back to our communities, because there's a lot of homeless people that are in the major cities, especially here in Los Angeles. You know, you can go to Skid Row or downtown Los Angeles, and it's crazy. You feel me? You know, imagine if we just had. It shouldn't be on Beyoncé and Kelly Rowland to build those types of things. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to them. We should be able to have government systems in place to be able to house these people and get these people off the street, get them the proper health care, get them the proper food and nutrition. This should be something that's built in to help people, because of, you know, that's what humans are supposed to do.
You have to protect our own, you know, and I'm talking about everyone is protect everyone. But what Kelly and Beyoncé did, that was dope. I love seeing, like O said, entertainers giving back to their community, just because you don't know what brain you're gonna spark. They did it when they was at the peakest of the peak, and they came back and did something for the city, the county. Anything can happen. Like Tupac said, I might go, but I'm definitely gonna spark the brain. You know what I'm saying? So I feel Kelly and Beyoncé appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I love seeing it. You know, I don't even got too much to say. I just love seeing it.
Yes, blessings. So switching the topic a little bit, they did confirm that they found a powdery substance in the White House, and they confirmed that it was cocaine. They said that it was found in the West Wing. They did have tours that day on that side of the White House. They're not sure how it got there yet, but they did find it.
Hey, I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying? I'm more surprised that they found it. You feel me? If anything, I'm not surprised that they're doing it. You know, that's you know, it's a common drug and it's a rich people's drug. You feel me? So, you know, I think it probably goes on more behind. I think it goes on more than we can imagine behind closed doors. You know, and who's to say whose it is. They probably will never really give us the real answer. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it was almost a little bit comical that would turn up like that, you know.
I know. Well, I will say it's not Joe Biden's, because Joe Biden was not there.
First off, they gonna say.
Town.
First off, they gonna say they had tourists on the West Wing. You ain't got to tell that.
Right.
Like it's a drug that people do.
Yeah.
You know, especially higher echelon. You know, those type of people that they do. So I'm not surprised at all. I'm just shocked it really came out. I'm trying to see how they get out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna spin the story. You know, I'm gonna spin it. You know, it just magically came. It just magically popped up. Like they ain't got cameras in there or something.
You feel me? It's cameras everywhere in there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's top. I mean, Secret Service.
Right.
And they
somebody trying to set somebody up in there, man.
Facts. It made to the news.
Trust me, I stayed in DC before you can even. It's a checkpoint everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how I got out. You know, I just know I'm not surprised.
Right. I was a little surprised about this next story. It's coming out of Texas. Rudolph Rudy just has been found after 8 years. He went missing, and come to find out, his mom was hiding him the whole time from the world and his family. She even went along the lines of changing his name in the neighborhood. He was allowed to go out to his neighbor's house to, you know, play and stuff, but he wasn't known as Rudy Rudolph. He was known as Dolph. So he, you know, changed his name, but even his neighbors, they came on the news and said they didn't even know he was a missing kid. He was just acting normal, but his mother would abuse him and scar him and give him drugs and stuff. It's just really sad. The story is emerging, but it's just something you feel like you wouldn't see in these times. You know, growing up, we see movies like that, but I can't believe this is like actually happening.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it sounds like a movie. Like what your child do to you to make you do that? To hide him from the world for 8 years? And you was torturing them, like scratching them, giving them drugs. Like, come on, man, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
You want your seed to be better than you. So you're trying to put your seed on game. She regressing her generations. Don't do that.
Yeah, you definitely gotta have a sick mind to be able to do some stuff like that. You know, that's crazy, you know, to be able to traumatize that young man for 8 years, to even think that that's okay. Like you said, what would he have done to make you that mad? You know, what would you think that that's the way to handle whatever it is that he did, you know? Hopefully that young man can definitely get the help that he needs to get back right, because that's 8 years of life, you know, that you have to go through that. Couldn't imagine. Man, you know, hopefully that woman gets the justice, you know, gets, you know, her justice served, and she has to pay for those crimes, because I mean, you just ruined the kid's whole childhood or early adulthood, you know what I'm saying? Because now he's 25? You know what I'm saying? That's a huge development of life right there. You feel me?
And they said he's traumatized. Like when he was getting questioned by the police with the mom in the room, he wouldn't speak. But as soon as the mom left, he let all the details out. And you can tell that, you know, he's having a hard time, and it's just sad because like you literally took this kid's childhood away. And his family was literally on the news, like they can't believe it, like crying, like hysterical, like it's just so sad, like it's just really sad.
Yeah, that's a story that's like you said, it's unbelievable to hear, but it happens, you know. Unfortunately, there's some crazy stories out there for sure, and I mean, it's almost like, dang, how do you really prevent that, you know, from happening? Only way you can really prevent that from happening is just for people to be better amongst themselves, you know. And obviously that's an individual basis, and you know, we gotta hope and pray that, you know, these type of situations don't come, you know, too often, for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, that's what we have for Culture Minute.
Already, I'm your boy Omar Cook. We will be back next week for another edition of Culture Minute.
I'm Gentel Sharrie.
I'm Adonis Armstrong.
Tap in 24/7liveculture.com.